Today we have a special segment that we call Pope Talk.
We have two very special guests coming on, so we will be back after this short break.
Buy your delicious sundaes now at Wendy's, and remember, it's a creamy, delicious emergency.
Buy your sundaes now at Wendy's. Hello and welcome to Pope Talk. Today I have with me a very special guest, so please tell us who you are.
Hello, I'm Eleanor Calder. I'm a historian who graduated from the University of Cambridge in the year 2006. I will now speak to you about Pope Clement VII.
So tell us a little bit about who was Pope Clement.
So his birth name was Giulio de Giuliano de' Medici. He was born on May 26th of 1478 in Florence, Italy, which makes him Florentine. His parents were Giuliano de' Medici. He was Giuliano's illegitimate son, which means his mother was unknown. He came from a very powerful family, the famed Medici family. His father was a co-ruler of Florence, and his grandfather was a factor ruler of Florence from 1464 to 1469. His children were Alessandro de' Medici and Duke of Florence. In religious style, he was named after the Holy Father. And, well, he had a very hard life since his father died a month before his birth. His mother was completely unknown, which changed his life forever. After the murder, she gave the child to Lorenzo de' Medici, who was the older brother of Giuliano, who was Giulio's uncle, or Pope.
So tell us, how much power did he have, and how did he come to power?
To power, following Adrian VI's death on September 14th of 1523, he succeeded in being elected as Pope, which he had wished for a long time. Nobody was empowered to act against any of the Pope's prohibition, which made him very powerful because nobody would go against his decisions. He was the head of the whole Catholic Church, and since everybody was so religious at that time, he could just tell them that they would go to hell and everybody would do their orders.
Wow, he must have had a lot of power. So what were his hardest decisions?
Well, Pope Clement VII had a lot of tough decisions to make during his Catholic reign, but one of the hardest to make was standing against the king, since he was a very powerful man at that time. He did not accept his divorce to one of his wives because he thought about the Catholic quote from the Bible, which says, "What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder."
So how many Catholic countries did he rule over?
Well, around 157 countries, because at that time, rulers might have changed the country's main religion, so it's around that number.
Okay, well, I guess that's all. Thank you, Eleanor, for coming here and just telling us a few facts about Pope Clement VII.
And we have a special guest with us. He is one of the most amazing people, named by Time magazine. Please welcome Pope Francis.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pope Francis.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my full name is Jorge Mario Bengodoria. I was born the 17th of December in 1936 in Buenos Aires, Argentina, but I have a Vatican citizenship. And I am clearly proven to be the first Pope from America. My mom is called Regina Maria Savori, and my dad is Mario Jose Bergoglio. I was the eldest of 5 children. I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters, but unfortunately only my sister Maria is alive with me today. I became a Jesuit on 1960 and became the Pope on March of 2013. Before becoming a Pope, I worked in food sections of a laboratory. I was also bar bouncer and even a janitor sweeping floors. And then I decided that religion was my thing, and I became the Archbishop of Buenos Aires.
Tell me how you got to the power you have and how much power you have?
Well, as I told you, I used to be the Archbishop of Buenos Aires until I was elected. Everything was secret in the ceremony because it wasn't political, it was religious. There were 150 cardinals and in the ceremony, and they each submitted a vote, and I was the one who got more votes. Outside of the Vatican, I could actually hear the people screaming and cheering. And whenever a pope is elected, there's white smoke coming out of the Vatican, and a bell rings, and it was amazing. And I actually have a lot of power because the Catholic Church, I'm in charge of the whole Catholic Church, and I have the whole control over it. And it actually can be very hard because almost half of the earth is Catholic, and there's a lot of people you're taking care of. We earn a lot of money because the Vatican is one of the most guarded places on earth, and that is because everything in the church is stored here. Most of the cardinals have to be massively protected, and especially me, but I often get off my boundaries when nobody's looking. Most of the Bishop of Rome and the Sovereign of Vatican City, and there's, as you can remember, there's a lot of Catholic churches and Catholic countries in this place.
Oh yes, I remember the last time you went to Brazil, what you did in 2013. So what has been your hardest decision in your role as a pope?
Well, I haven't been in the streets for much because I was elected only last year, but I have made some changes in the community. I've also done several mistakes like what I did in Brazil, that they will appear forever in my record. But once I shunned down the papal apartments of the Vatican Hotel without permission, which was totally prohibited. But some things that I politically decided to do was improving some of the existing laws against abortion, gay marriage, and birth control. I thought it was really hard to just keep the laws the way they were, or just change it my way. So I think changing it my way was the best thing to do.
Thank you, Pope. It was a great experience knowing how a Pope feels about their role in the world.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to come here.
In conclusion, both popes are very regarded and sometimes not because they made some mistakes during their Catholic reign. That is one similarity. A difference was their election. 500 years ago, it took a long time for Pope Clement VII to be chosen. However, Pope Francis's election was much faster and more cheerful.
Another similarity would be the amount of power over countries that are mainly Catholic. Their personalities were different since one of them may have wanted the power more than given dedication and passion for their job to the Catholic society.
Things have changed a lot since 500 years ago to today, which means that the things in the future may be completely different. However, popes will always refer to God in all their decisions and actions toward the Catholic group of people globally.
Pace dei figli dello Spirito Santo. Amen. Thanks for watching.
No! Historian from the University of Cambridge. What?